of the Always Believe House. Oh, we're about to have FUN, fun, because we're going to do your test review for test 5.1. So a magical whiteboard appears. Remember, we're talking about quadratic equations. Quadratic equations, graph parabolas, which is the graph to fun. So number one, we want the domain and range of this function, okay? Remember the domain, since there's arrow tips on both sides, the domain will always be all real numbers. Now then the range, using inequalities, never ever goes below that line, right? So the range only goes up, and if you go up, your y's get greater than. If you go down, your y's get less than. So our range is going to be y greater than or equal to the 3 in it. All of the y's that are more than 3 are going to be in the range. Let's do it in words. In words, the domain will be all real numbers. And the range is going to be all the numbers greater than or equal to -3, right? Sorry about that. Greater than or equal to -3. Fun. Number 2, just remember, if the graph goes up, you're going to have a greater than. If the graph goes down, you'll have less than. So this would have a greater than range. If the graph looked like this, it would be a less than range. Okay, let's go to number 2. Okay, so what we have to do on this is graph the polynomial, find the y-intercept and the axis of symmetry, okay? And we probably need the vertex, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our calculator, and we're going to go to graph. Jiminy crickets. And then we're going to graph, let me get on the right page here, x squared minus 4x minus 8. So x squared minus 4x minus 8, hit enter. And then I'm going to hit menu 5.1 to trace, menu 5.1. Menu 5.1 will always start at the y-intercept, which is 0, -8. So I'm going to go back to my paper, and 0, -8 would be the y-intercept. That's the ordered pair. The y-intercept is actually just -8. The vertex, let's trace to the vertex. So we're going to go hit the right arrow button until we get to the bottom. It's going to say minimum, and the minimum is 2, -12 in it. So 2, -12 is my vertex. So I'm going to go to my paper. 2, -12 is the vertex. And remember your vertex. This gives you the axis of symmetry. This number goes to the range. And it's your max or min. In this problem, it would be our minimum, right? So the axis of symmetry would be x equals 2. Okay? That would be the vertical line that cuts the parabola in half. Number 3, we're just looking at this. On the test, you're going to have to pick the points. The vertex is right here. If you go up, the x is 2. If you go over, the y is -3. So it's 2, -3. That's my x and my y. The y-intercept's right here. If you go down, you're at 0 and at 1. So 0, 1 is your y-intercept. Remember, your y-intercept always starts off when x is 0. Give me like the starting amount of a function, okay? Number 4, this is important that you know this. This is your slope. It's going to be a stretch or compress. This changes what the parabola looks like, okay? So if you stretch it, let's say this is a normal parabola. If you stretch it, the parabola gets thinner. If you compress it, the parabola gets wider. A stretch means it's going to be greater than 1. A compress means it's less than 1, okay? This number right here is left or right, but it's opposite. And this number right here is up or down. Okay? What I would like you to do is go through, this is my H, this is my K. The opposite of -2 is +2. +2 is to the right 2. So that's going to be a horizontal shift right 2, and then this -3 would be a vertical shift down 3. Okay? Actually, the vertex would be 2, -3. So you're going to the right 2 and then down 3. This is our vertex from that formula. This parabola right here, the slope didn't change, so you did not vertically stretch or to compress it. You just moved it to the right and you moved it down. Let's go to the next one. Okay, I'm going to factor this and then graph it, okay? So I have x squared minus 12x plus 20. My factors of 20 are 1 and 20, 2 and 10, and 4 and 5. I want to add and get 12. The 2 and the 10 work. So I'm going to go over here and write down 10 and 2. The 12, that sign always goes to the minus. I'm going to add so they're both negative. This goes on the bottom. Bam, I got my factors. X minus 10 and x minus 2 are my factors. Now then you can graph this and also get the factors. So I'm going to go to the calculator, delete my graph, tab, and we're going to graph x squared minus 12x, x squared minus 12x, and then plus 20. Hit, I need plus 20. So x squared minus 12x plus 20. And now then I want my zeros, right? Now then if I were to graph x minus 2, I'm going to hit tab and type x minus 2. Notice the parabola. Let me change my window. So I'm going to go to window zoom and then I'm going to hit standard. Notice that red line goes right through the blue line. They have the same zeros, right? So the x minus 2 line goes to the 0 of the parabola. It's going to be a factor, okay? So I'm going to go to my paper. The x minus 2 is a factor. The other factor should be x minus 10. So if I were to graph it, let me go to the calculator and hit tab and type in x minus 10. Hold on. Jiminy Cricket, sorry about that. Okay, so tab, and then x minus 10, x minus 10, hit enter. The x minus 10, and I'm going to scroll over here. Notice the x minus 10 goes right through the blue and black line in it. So the x minus 10 and the x minus 2 have the same zeros as that parabola. They're going to be factors of the equation, okay? So x minus 2 and x minus 10 are the factors. Let's go to the next one. Same thing, we want the factors, but notice we are given both factors, aren't we? We could use store on this because it's the same thing. So I'm going to store 2 as x. So 2 control variable x. So go to your calculator. We're going to go to calculate, home and A, and then 2 control variable x. So I've set my x as 2. Now then type in the problem. So we have 4x squared minus 12x, 4x squared minus 12x, and then plus 9, hit enter, it's 13. So I need an answer that's going to be 13 in it. I forgot to put the x too. Let me do it again, 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Yeah, I forgot to put the x in, I'm sorry. So we need an answer that's 1, don't we? So we're going to go through, type in all the multiple choices until we get 1. And I'm going to get smart here and go straight to the answer. Let's try choice B. So choice B is 2x minus 3 to the second power. So 2x minus 3 to the second power, hit enter. Notice it's 1 in it. All of the other answer choices will not give you 1. So I'm going to go to my calculator. This was equal to 1. This is equal to 1. B is going to be the right answer. Just type in the answer choices till you get a 1. Let's go to the next one. I would always put your H and your K. This is not vertically stretched or compressed, and the opposite of minus 1 is plus 1. So this is right 1, and this is going to be down 3. So we need a horizontal shift right 1, and we need a vertical shift down 3. You're going to have a problem like that where it's just drop down and you pick 2 of them, okay? Piece of cake. Number 8, we want the solution set. This is the zeros or the x-intercepts. So we're going to graph just this, aren't we? And we're going to trace to the zeros. So I'm going to go to my calculator, hit home, go to graph, Notice my window's messed up. I'm going to hit menu. I'm going to hit 4 for window and then standard. Then delete, delete, delete. Delete all the graphs. Hit tab. And now then let's graph in the problem. It's 2x squared minus 7x minus 15. Hit enter. All I need are the 2x intercepts. So I'm going to hit menu 5-1. And now I'm going to graph to these intercepts. I'm going to go to the left. And bam, my 0 is negative 1.5. So I'm going to go to my paper. Negative 1.5 is one of them. And go to the calculator. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try 5. Hit 5, enter. Notice 5 comma 0 is the other 0 in it. So it's going to be negative 1.5 and 5. And negative 1.5 is going to be negative 3 over 2. So negative 3 over 2 and 5 would be right here, wouldn't it? You can put them in any order, okay? If you were to type negative 3 over 2 in the calculator, you would get negative 1.5. Let me show you that. So go to the calculator, hit home, hit A to calculate, hit negative 3 divided by 2, and then hit control enter. And notice you get the negative 1.5, don't you? Okay, so the negative 3 over 2 would turn into the 1.5. Type in the answer choices till you get a match. Continuing on, okay, you've got to know all these key attributes, okay? Right here is your vertex. That's going to be your max or min. So my vertex is at 1 and negative 4. Okay, the y-intercept is right here, and it's at negative 3 in it. The zeros are here and here. They're at what, negative 3 and 1? Okay, since this is the bottom, it's a minimum. The minimum is negative 4. The axis of symmetry is the dotted line that goes through the vertex. And notice it crosses the x at 1, so it's x equals negative 1. And the vertex should be negative 1 also. Sorry about that. Negative 1, negative 4. Notice this number is going to go to your axis of symmetry. The domain, if it has arrow tips, your domain's always all real numbers. And then the range gets this number. Since the graph goes up, we're going to use greater than, y greater than or equal to negative 4. So your vertex has x comma y. This will be your axis of symmetry number. This is going to be your range number, which is going to be your max or min, okay? The vertex is a huge ordered pair in your graph, okay? 2 more problems. Fun, fun, fun. This one right here, this is the same as these, so we're going to store again, okay? We're going to store 2 for x, type in the problem, then go through and figure out which one matches up. So go to your calculator, home, and A to calculate. I'm going to store 2 for x again. Since I already did that, I probably don't have to do it again. But I have 2 for x. I'm going to type in the problem, parentheses 3x minus 4, close parentheses, and then x plus 2, close parentheses. I got my problem in, hit enter, and I get 8. One of the answer choices will give me 8. Just keep typing them in. I'm going to go straight to the answer to save time on this video, okay? So I know I need to start off with 3x squared. I know I need to end with negative 8. And then it's going to be negative 4x plus 2x in the middle, so let's try D, okay? So D is 3x squared plus 2x, and then minus 8. And bam, I get 8, don't I? So D matches up, right? So on your test, I would put an 8 right here, and then this one is 8. This one is the one that matches up. Ho, 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 ho. On number 11, you cannot forget how to do a spreadsheet. So we're going to run a spreadsheet, and we want the rate of change, which is the slope, which is going to be the letter M. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to hit home. I want 1 for new. I'm going to make a spreadsheet for, and make sure you put X and Y at the top, right? Now then, type in the table, negative 8, 4, 8. Make sure you type them in right, 10 and 14. And then go to the top. Oh, it's going crazy. What's happening? Hold on here. There we go. Okay. So my negative 8 is negative 7. Enter. 0.5 enter. 3 enter. 4 and 2500ths enter. And 6 and 7500ths enter. Okay, so I have all this in. The blue box cannot be on a number or you're still inputting data. The blue box has got to be on a white square. And then menu stat calculation, linear regression, menu 4, 1, 3. And then X down, Y down, and enter. And bam, right here is my slope, 0.625. Now then notice all of these slopes are fractions. So I need to switch this to a fraction. It's a positive slope, so that eliminates choice D, doesn't it? Because D is a negative. Since the blue box is over 0.625, I'm going to hit Control C. Control C, that copies it. Then hit Home and A, and Control V, paste. Now that I got my 0.625, menu, number, approximate the fraction, menu 2, 2, enter, and that 0.625 is 5/8 in it. And 5/8 is choice B in it. So choice B is the 0.625. That's going to be the right answer in it. You could make all those fractions decimals too, couldn't you? Okay, so either way you can do this. You're going to do wonderful on your test tomorrow. What a day. You're going to do amazing, amazing on your test. Keep believing in who you are. Remember, you are amazing. You are created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.